with your audio recording settings. Please check your microphone and microphone settings or visit skype.com for more help. Thank you for using the Skype call testing service. Goodbye. Welcome to Skype call testing service. After the beep, please record a message. Afterwards, your Hello, welcome to Skype call
Hare
testing
Krishna,
service.
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol.
Hello, welcome to Skype call testing service. After the beep, please record a message. Afterwards, your message will be played back to you.
Hari Bol.
If you
Hare
are able
Krishna,
to hear your own voice,
Hare
then you have
Krishna,
configured Skype correctly.
Hare
If you hear
Krishna,
this message, but not your own voice, then
Hare
something is
Krishna,
wrong with your audio recording settings. Please check your mic.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hello,
Krishna,
welcome to Skype call testing service. After the beep, please record a message.
Hare Krishna,
Afterwards, your message will be played back to you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
If you are able to
Hare
hear your own
Krishna,
voice, then you have
Krishna
configured
Krishna,
Skype
Hare
correctly.
Hare.
If you hear this message, but not your own voice, then something is wrong with your audio recording settings. Please check your microphone and microphone settings or visit skype.com for more help. Thank you for using the Skype call testing service. Goodbye.
ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वतीदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. No, I don't want like. Hare Krishna. So, we wanted to just share with you an example of an action learning project. This is something which has been in discussion a lot, and I'm sure many of you are wondering what this action learning project is going to be. So today evening around 6 o'clock, Rupanuga Prabhu is coming online on Skype and is going to be specifically explaining what is the expected action learning project from this particular batch, because every batch we have been adjusting the concept of the action learning project, and the idea of me presenting is to just let you know that the details may vary, but it is certain tools which we learn during these residentials, and we take them to our field of action and apply them, and then we arrive at some results. So this is to share with you that a personal story about 2000, I was in the 2015 batch. That was the time the Vrindavan forest work had just begun, so I had taken it as my action learning project. And as you know, Rupanuga Prabhu's favorite subject is project management, and he was taking that residential. So we tried to use some of those examples, and this is kind of an inspirational presentation to let you know that, you know, it's not that only whatever you learn here works, but whatever you learn here adds to, you know, whatever else you are doing, and it enhances the ability of you to get things done. So the tools that helped, what we did well, some examples of change, areas for improvement, and the journey. This is going to be the presentation. Okay, so Braj Mohan Prabhu, he had shared with us as part of our project management what he called as the project objectives sheet, alignment check. That means the project which we are undertaking, is it aligned to the mood and mission of your sampradaya or your, you know, previous acharyas or whatever? Is it aligned with the 7 purposes of ISKCON? So as we know that one of the purposes Prabhupada wrote is to create holy places of pilgrimage. And within that, Prabhupada wrote this letter in 1968, just after West Virginia, Moundsville, they acquired a few thousand acres of land. This was Prabhupada's letter. New Vrindavan should be taken up very seriously, because actually I want to develop a replica of old Vrindavan. I've got ambition to construct there 7 temples as follows. So the 7 temples names Prabhupada writes, I shall personally go and stay there and see it developed. So which indicates the intention of the founder Acharya. It was very strong, very genuine, that he really wanted it to happen. In 1972, they started the foundation of Radha Govinda temple at New Vrindavan. Just as they began, Kirtanananda Swami at that time, he got this desire to actually develop a palace of gold for Srila Prabhupada. So then the energy of the whole community went in that direction. So then when they started developing the palace of gold, by the time they built it in 1980, it became the Taj Mahal of the West. Thousands of people were coming, and they didn't have any more energy to work on this. They got busy in maintaining. And then subsequently many more things happened, and somehow or the other this letter got lost in the pages of history, and so things didn't move on. So therefore this particular letter is like the basis for this project. As Prabhupada wanted 5 things for New Vrindavan: organic farming, 2nd, cow protection, 3rd, education, 4th, 7 temples and replica of Vrindavan, and 5th is guest house and retreat center. These were the 5 objectives with which he established New Vrindavan. The name he gave New Vrindavan so that Vrindavan could be created. So this is one of the critical elements in that. So, you know, we created the SMART goals, completing the Vrindavan forest, which includes the 12 forests, 7 temples, by August 17, 2015. So this was created, and then, you know, we had what is known as a project charter to define clear roles and responsibilities. So we had each person's role and responsibility clearly delineated, printed out, communicated to each one. We had several teams, several meetings with the teams where all of these aspects were explained very clearly. So we had people with plumbing, landscaping, stone temple, construction team, procurement, stores team. All their responsibility was communicated to them. Then we had in that March residential of 2015, in that particular project management module, we had learned this as what is called as the work breakdown structure, where each particular aspect, what are the further details required in the work. So this really helped, where the landscaping team had to write down in detail what would be their list of works. Diorama makers, irrigation electrical work, Yamuna. Once the work breakdown structure is there, then Gantt chart, it is kind of scary for a few people. So the easy replacement for Gantt chart is a simple Excel, or just a pencil and diary is sufficient. Just make sure that there is only one thing: follow up. Dates and follow up are important. If this appears too sophisticated or too scary, just make sure that follow up is there, that's all. So this whole idea is to make sure that things are followed up properly. And this was very useful. This was what Brajmohan Prabhu had taught us as Voice Finder tool. And Voice Finder tool is basically where we collect the team members, and each team member interviews the other on what element in this particular project he wants to be improved and what are his expectations from the manager. So I don't talk to them, they talk to each other and they find their voices, so they are more expressive and more honest. And these were some of the sample voices. So they said professional guidance is required, we should have a fixed master plan, because typically, one of the things in ISKCON is we always go for the cheapest available resource, and then we find someone better who's offering seva, we involve him also. And like that little Avadut style was going on. They said enough is enough. Have a professional landscapist. Let at least once we have, so this side landscaping is all done by brahmacharis. The Vrindavan forest is done by professional. So you will see the difference. So they said we need a professional landscapist. And there was another demand from the team that daily team meeting should be conducted for keeping everyone in the team updated about the work on site to avoid any confusion. This was very strongly communicated, because till then, I was feeling everyone is happy in the team. Then we figured out that many are frustrated because of lack of communication. And the project coordinator and team need to do some spiritual activity together. That means it was a message for me, don't just keep giving orders and instructions, let's do some katha and kirtan also together to create some harmony. And the team member should not turn down suggestions of others, because in a team some people are by nature very vocal, they speak little loudly, and sometimes those who don't speak so strongly feel that they are not being heard and their voices are being drowned. Okay, so then we conducted a situation leadership, sample test, readiness analysis. Okay, this is the name of the person who was one of the landscaping supervisor, and with respect to his function, synergy with other teammates, presently performing at acceptable standards, yes, knowledge, experience, skill, good, confident, committed or motivated, committed but gets demotivated by challenges. Readiness level R3, that means very skilled, but sometimes some leela would happen, he will go into man leela. He would switch off his mobile, or if I call, he'll say, hey, what is this, you're sitting there in Chowpatty and giving instructions, this and that. So for the whole Govardhan Hill construction, I had to spend the whole month here, April to May, in the sun with him. Then he felt pacified. Pasina bahaya, saath mein. So what leadership style is S4, and they are responding, reflecting the need for my involvement. That was his need, that you get involved, you also be here with us. So then that happened more, and so therefore, leadership style to be used was S3, where he required sitting down, conversations, what's going wrong, anything we can help you, and soothing up, doing arti, offering obeisances, all those things. It worked. Okay, so then where do I need them to be R4, and how will I help them get to that? Spend time with him to listen. What training do they need? Sometimes conflict resolution amongst each other, What support? Personal presence, because they felt, okay, many of us are equals and we get into fights. Unless some more senior is there, things get delayed unnecessarily. What do I need to do? Less, follow up remotely. What do I need to do more? Spend more time to make him feel I'm with him. What steps? Spend time on site, work with him as a peer, listen to grievances, remove obstacles, give him more authority, monitor progress. So all this was filled up by me from my level. Okay. So now some samples from team member. How will I help them to get to the next level? Identified leadership style for the team members. Give clear vision of goals and timelines, S1 to S2. Another team member, give clarity of things to do and authority. Like that. So this is different team members. I am not giving all the details. Just, it's a large team. So for different team members, this whole situational leadership analysis was done. Why I am sharing with you is many times we feel intuitively, I know he's like this, he's like that, we have been together for 10 years, we'll manage. But when you get down into details, you realize there is a lot of gap between what is your expectation and what is the reality. So this really pins you down to the actual thing. Another team member required reminder, what is the vision for this place? Because in May, when it is 43 degrees here, all vision documents evaporate. So the typical question is, what is the vision for this project? So you have to keep reminding that this is the vision, like that. Some people just need more authority. They said, what help you need? You get out of my way. Make sure you're not here. I'll take care. So that is what they need. So what training do they need? Some of them need conflict resolution, some need austerity of speech and sensitive dealings, because on construction site, everything is going heavy, and typically along with very aggressive activity, speech also becomes aggressive and affects other people. So what we did well was understanding the readiness levels of team members for various functions, administered customized leadership styles. So this was something we just learned in March, like you learned also, I think, situational leadership, but in our batch, he took it for 3 days. It was very detailed with a lot of videos and this and that also. I think here he did 1 day. So gave more authority to someone and gave clear timelines and hand-holding to someone else based on the need. Then we also used the, work breakdown structure and Rashi matrix. Did he discuss the Rashi matrix? Responsibility, accountability, consult, inform. So then that created clarity in terms of tasks. Work breakdown structure, which I showed in the beginning. So clarity in terms of tasks, timelines, and interdependence. This is a big roadblock. Interdependence, because till the plumbing person finishes certain work and electrical person finishes something, the next civil work can't begin. So then when the civil work begins, then the finishing work will begin. So there is a lot of interdependence. If the cooperation is not there, the whole timelines can get really messed up. So Rashi matrix creates clarity of roles, responsibilities, and very important, reporting relationship. Because consult and inform is very important. And many people just, they feel totally bewildered that I was not informed, I was not consulted, I was not kept in the loop, this and that. So all that is made clear, who's to be consulted, who's to be informed, finally whose responsibility it is. Like that. So examples of positive change. So, because of that voice finder tool, we started really taking it seriously. We employed one of the top landscapists. So the team got confidence that we are being heard, that there is some change. It's not that they are just doing some exercise. So for the first time in so many years, we appointed a top landscapist. So far our landscaping was all free flow, Raganuga, but we went ahead with this. Also increased team frequency, because people wanted for more official team meetings, so we increased that. And also we had satsang together with Kirtan Mela, Sangha, so it created greater team synergy and bonding, because this was expressed. So what are some of the areas? Regular monitoring of timelines and adjusting project plan, because typically Krishna is in control. So whatever plans you may make, either funds don't come or something goes wrong or the permissions are not there. So when those dynamic changes happen, accordingly the plans must also be immediately changed. Otherwise the whole chart becomes irrelevant. So having professional support from beginning to take advantage of the experience and expertise available in market, so that we don't do mistakes and have a better master plan. Like if after seeing this landscapist, I regret if we had roped in this person in 2009, then he would have done a complete master plan for the whole landscaping, and probably we would have a better output like that. So this is the journey where you're seeing the building of the Govinda Dev temple and the Gopinath temple and all the various temples, So the devotees actually went to Vrindavan and they measured all the various places and got some of those samples, and that's how we did some of these things. So these are just, okay, this is interesting because these are all stones we got from a farm nearby. 20 minutes away, this person got a big mountain in the middle of his property. He was blasting and blasting, thinking he will demolish the whole thing. He couldn't do it. And then he had like a whole field filled with rocks. And someone came and informed us, so we went and met him. And we just brought around 150 trucks of rocks from him. And the whole thing cost us only 10,000 rupees. And he said, looks like Krishna made me do this just for you. Otherwise I made a big loss with all this blasting and everything, nothing came of use. So we make sure that any festival and all happens, we call him, and then he sees Giriraj painted and all, so he feels good that his rocks. Original Giriraj, that small Shila we have installed, that's all. That recently we brought, but these are just local stones only. So Barsana Maharaj was very happy by seeing this, because he is one of the original members of New Vrindavan, and he is trying to work on one of the, I pray this message finds you well, the inmates think of you. We recently viewed the YouTube video, a replica of Vrindavan forest. Appears that this project has fulfilled and perfected our Gurudev's instruction to create a replica of Vrindavan. We feel relieved and satisfied that Srila Prabhupada's concept has blossomed into exquisite reality at Govardhan Eco Village. As you may already know, construction of Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Mandir commenced in New Vrindavan in 2011. I am endeavoring to complete this offering, after which I will be satisfied to leave responsibility for the remaining 6 major temples to someone else. Your success has rekindled interest, inspiration, enthusiasm, and hope that this modest attempt can reach fruition. In this context, I am writing to inquire whether it will be possible to receive the documents, photos, elevation drawings you used to construct Radha Gopinath Mandir in the Govardhan Eco Village. Thank you for your continued loving friendship. So Varsana Swami was happy that, at least he could see all of these temples which he has been dreaming for so many years. So in this way, I just thought I'll share this briefly with you to let you know that some of these tools, they may appear little theoretical, but when you try to apply them, they are really very powerful and helpful and useful. And I'm sure you'll hear more from Rupanuga Prabhu about exact direction in which for this batch the action learning project is going to take. So we'll wait for that. So this is all I wanted to share with all of you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I invite, yeah. Yes, one question. How much you paid to the landscape guy? Landscape guy we got for free because of Srinathji Prabhu. He went and negotiated with him, and he is, very favorable to Krishna devotees and all that. But he don't give so much time. So initially he gave time, but now it is becoming very difficult for him. So, yeah, he gave his own man. His contractor is in Vapi only, so his contractor only came and did the whole thing, landscape contractor. Plants we only purchased. Everything, all the plantations we purchased. The place for purchasing all nursery is Rajamundri. Rajamundri is the nursery hub for India. No. He is the one who make design, which plants to plant where and all that. Yeah. Otherwise, After we get the plant list, then quantities, then we have to go and we have to place orders in the different nurseries, negotiate and load the trucks, and then the trucks come here.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So once again seek your permission and blessings to continue on some workshops now, connecting to team building and team training. So far we have been discussing on succession planning. We also discussed a lot from Tapan Mishra Prabhu's side on some of the core items of team building. And now we would like to get into our individual application of this, what we have learned so far. In the beginning of the session today, we did this little exercise called the change of heart, in which the major message to be conveyed was the purpose of team building is to really practice selfless service. We discussed how a leader should work on becoming redundant eventually in the team. So there are two more key concepts that we should also keep in mind in regards to building teams. Number one is we should keep our core genius with ourselves. Now, this is an interesting term. We have our Swarupa and Swabhava. Swarupa is our spiritual constitutional position, and we have our Swabhava, acquired nature, because of contact with material energy. The three gunas composition. So this Swabhava, which is based on gunas, gives rise to vritti, strong inclinations to do a certain type of work and succeed. And that gives rise to our karma, specific occupational duties. So it is an important aspect of team building that a leader should come to know what exactly is my swabhava, vritti and karma. And this, in English, we can call it as core genius. Outside in the corporate language, they call it soul's code. Your soul's code. I don't like that term, but soul's code. My inner calling. I am meant for something. I'm supposed to be doing something. Can I figure that out? So, inner voice, inner calling, soul's code, core genius, whatever you call it. We will call it as Swabhava Vritti Karma, according to our Vedic terminologies. So what we are discussing is not Swarupa, we are discussing our Swabhava. So all of us have a unique composition of this. And that's why Krishna has created Varnashrama system just to facilitate So a leader is so intelligent that he keeps his core genius with himself and delegates everything else to others in his team. I'll repeat. A leader keeps his core genius with himself to contribute service into and delegates everything else that is needed to get the other job done to other members in the team. We saw how Tapan Mishra Prabhu told us that you don't need a team of, what are they called? All-rounders. We actually need a team of specialists who can make it better. So we are specialists in something. We should keep that with us to render service into. And other parts of our service, we should have other people on our team to render that service. So this is a basic concept. Keep your core genius with yourself. Delegate everything else to others. Question? That's a hand pain. Okay, fine. Any comment or question? Is someone not getting what this is? Yes? Any specific concern?
If I get you correctly, do what you're good at yourself and get others to do what they're good at.
Correct. Exactly. Okay. Very simple and profound. So this is the first thought of a leader. And this is where we need other people to perform. The second component I was telling was keep your exit path ready. I would like to elaborate that a little. One of the reasons why our dear Gaurang Prabhu is so successful in doing multiple services, he really follows this method. Any service he gets into, he has a qualified members, on his team who do multiple types of talent task matching. And he also has a proper replacement for himself put into the system. And because of which, at any given point of time, when higher authorities call for another service, or the situation suddenly demands something else out of us, which is critical in nature, without even disturbing the current setup of ongoing activities, the leader can take off, go and do what needs to be done, and then again come back to render more service. So these are two important concepts: core genius, exit path ready. If we learn about this or rather internalize this, we will actually start really constantly thinking in terms of teams. So now, in the session that follows, we would like to do an exercise Please take out your mobiles. I would like to ask a question. How many number of contacts are there in your mobile? Someone would like to volunteer to tell us the number of contacts? Yes. 5,000. Someone else? Yes. 1,900. 2,000. 2,300. Prabhu. 2,900 contacts. Wow. Yes. Huh? 400. Good. You know why am I asking this? We already have a team. I'm not joking. I'll come to this. Get as many details as possible about important contacts that you have and store them properly in your mobile or on your Google, whatever, Drive. And here are some things to be done. First is to categorize those contacts. So there are contacts of people who are senior to us, who can act in the role of a coach, Shiksha Gurus, consultants, There are contacts of our equals, who are supporters, well-wishers to us. And then there are contacts of our juniors, if I can use that term. So juniors are of three kinds. There are those who are pre-Shraddha stage. You understand pre-Shraddha? Their Shraddha in Krishna consciousness has not yet awakened. They still follow other things, social service, some other spiritual, pseudo-spiritual, whatever path. So they are pre-Shraddha candidates. But they have done some service for us in the past. These people are on your contact list because at some point of time or other, you communicated with them and engaged them in some service of Krishna. I assure you that. Is it correct? Each contact there. Correct. So they came in touch with you. There was no further cultivation. There was that pre-Shraddha stage only that remained. And we went ahead in our life becoming busy. So what to do with that, we'll come to the next. The next stage is post-Shraddha stage candidates in the contact list. So we have, people who have started chanting 1 round or 2.5 regulative principles out of 4, and there are people who are just picking up. They are somewhere in that stage between Shraddha to Anartha Nivritti. Some of them are about to get initiated. Some of them are initiated. First, second initiation also has happened. And from amongst this contact, the third category are potential leaders. They are the persons who are not only capable of practicing their spiritual life nicely, they can shelter others in Krishna consciousness. They are capable of doing other services for ISKCON movement. So they are kind of potential leaders that we have. So in our congregation development ministry, there is this concept called contact cultivation care, and that's a homework. You can anytime go and study that in the Bhakti Vriksha manual. What is this concept called contact? What happens in that phase? Cultivation. What happens in that phase? Care. What are the activities we should do in that phase? What was the?
What was the name of that Bhakti Vriksha module?
Bhakti Vriksha manual. It's a name of congregation ministries manual produced for conducting Bhakti Vrikshas.
Which part of it?
It is called contact cultivation care. That's a theme in the manual. It's a community development strategy. That's a technical heading for it. So we don't have time for that now, and nor are we going to do it here. We are continuing our discussion on further team building. But these are important stages. You will be shocked to know these companies like Google and Microsoft Bing and everyone else, sitting in one place, they are simply doing data management and minting billions of dollars. All they are doing is to tap the potential of the customer, the needs, and the resource provider for him. And they are bringing them in touch with each other, and they are making money like anything. ISKCON devotees have so much database with them. Imagine if in this room only we collect database, how many people we have? By the way, all of them are on our team. Anytime you need a help with, say, mountain blasting, we have a person. I'm just at least to consult, if not actually work on in our project. So I'm just giving a wild example of what probability exists of engaging people in Krishna's service. So this is the big picture. So now this is a homework. After going back from here in your own zones, you can even delegate this work with another confidential companion that sit with me, and we are going to categorize our database and share with him all the contacts, the details that are there, and categorize them for our usage further. Now how to organize a team. So we have the database, which is kind of categorized, not yet put to good use. We just categorized it. The next thing is to organize a team out of this database. So please repeat. Etavad janma safalyam dehinamiha dehishu pranay arthai dhiya vacha shreya acharanam sada. So this is Lord Krishna's glorification of the trees in Vrindavan. He says, anyone who renders service with prana, his life, artha, resources, dhiya, talents, intelligence, and vacha, with power of speech, for the benefit of others. Etavad janma safalyam, his life is perfect. So, based on this verse, I kind of made these categories of people that we are in touch with. So we can categorize people based on what are they willing to offer to this Krishna consciousness movement. So some of them are ready to offer prana. They are qualified brahmacharis, grihasthas, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had Rupa Sanatana Goswami, Srivas Thakur, Advaita Acharya, that kind of people on your team. There are people that you have like this, who are willing to give their life for this Krishna consciousness movement. And they are very special people. They deserve our best attention possible. But sometimes it so happens that because we are not organized in our way we spend time with people, we tend to neglect this category in paying due attention to them. So prana means those who are willing to offer practically everything in service of Krishna. Their body, mind, words, talents, resources, anything. And are very good devotees wanting to serve this mission. The second category are artha. There are people who say, well, don't ask me my prana. That I will keep with myself. Maybe I will offer it to some corporate company or some other whatever scenario. But the money that I earn or the resources that I make, such as my home or such as some of the facilities that I have, I can lend those resources for furthering the goals of Hare Krishna movement. So this is another category, those who give artha. And Krishna is putting artha just after prana. It is that important. So giving money from your pocket is as good as giving life to someone in certain cases. So they give resources to our movement, resources of various kinds. Like we have one person in our Pune temple. Every year during Janmashtami, he will give, he's an electrician from background, all the temple's electrical decorations, he will give for free. There is another person who gives sound system for the entire function. And these people, sometimes it costs 1.5 lakh rupees or 5 lakh rupees at times, just to make that gesture. So there are people like that, resource giving. Third category are dhiya. There are people who say that I will offer my talent in Krishna's service. So like there are devotees who do painting, rangoli, computer work, website design, varieties of services. So they may only get to do that much and not really come out as sadhakas and regular members in ISKCON, but once in a while they do offer their talents. And then finally there are vacha. Vacha category are those who speak positively about our movement to others. And think of it, this category has some of the most important members: government officials, media, such as newspaper, TV, radio, media, internet, and politicians, for example. Even one person amongst them is favorable to Krishna consciousness, it spreads positivity around widespread. And that's why they are important people. We cannot neglect them. So, what we can think of now is all of us can select from prana category some handpicked people which are our future hope of our projects. So I want you to take some time, write down on the paper or whatever computer that you have in front of you, names of at least 12 people. You know, Jesus had 12 apostles, Prabhupada had 12 GBCs, and Krishna had 12 Mahajanas. So some Shastric reference. So let's have at least 12 people that we can right now name. Can you just write down names of the best people you have in your yatra? Yes, Maharaj.
Temple devotee, outside devotee. Temple devotees or student or congregation?
Anyone who is in prana category.
Temple join full time?
Full-time joined, student, congregation, anyone. Anyone is okay. They are the best people you have. Just list 12 names to begin with. Prana category.
This prana category in our temple or in Bangladesh, London?
In your contact,
in
who
here.
you consider as your 12 top people.
Okay.
Bas.
Other place also?
Anywhere else in the world. Prana. Where he stays doesn't matter, which ashrama doesn't matter. Just jot down 12 names quickly. We will do some exercise with them soon. You may go into your contacts if you want to kind of. Usually you will be able to name them.
Doesn't matter if they're a superior or whatever, or do they have to be peers?
They are your successors, basically.
Successors?
Yeah.
Successors.
Or the leaders for the projects that you handle. They could be senior to you, no problem. But they are basically people who will be taking care of your projects on your behalf.
You didn't say that before, did you? Did you say that? मैं भी लिखूं
हाँ प्लीज
माइक्रोफोन करता हूँ कानपुर के थोड़ा ढूंढ निकलो अर्थ अपने दोनों का नाम दूंगा नहीं दूंगा
नहीं हमको आपको देना नहीं है कुछ
वो तो याद नहीं
Okay, done. Anyone needs more time? Okay, so now the next exercise, just select one name, any one name from that category, just tick them off and write down STCM. This is a formula for perennial services in Krishna consciousness. Sadhana, teaching, counseling, management. Sadhana, teaching or preaching, we call it preaching, outreach, or whatever. Caring for devotees, mentoring, counseling, and management. Management refers to devotees taking charge of various departments and doing some hands-on service for the temple, for the community. So there are devotees who are good sadhakas, there are devotees who are good teachers, there are devotees who are good caregivers, and there are devotees who are excellent organizers. Some devotees have 2, 3, or even 4 traits in them. You agree? Now, I want you to write down that name of that person, just one person, and in front of him you tick. If he is excellent in each item already, he doesn't need maybe much more, maybe he needs fine tuning, but you are happy with what he is doing, then you kind of get to know, okay. And if there is a doubt about some item, you can put a cross, or you may write a dash, which means that field needs to be developed. Yes, this is all prana discussion going on right now. So usually we expect them to have good sadhana, that's baseline, but sometimes they don't have it. Are they able of teaching, preaching to others properly? Can they cultivate people? Can they make devotees? At least can they properly represent our Siddhanta? Are they caregivers? Okay. Possible. Your 12 top people, caring or counseling, they are good at looking after other people. See, sometimes there are devotees who can't do much management, who can't teach also properly, but they are very good caregivers. Very good caregivers. You know, devotee care people, like that. So this exercise can be done for all those 12 people that you have. I'm just making you make it right now for only one person so that you understand the concept. So having done this exercise, you can sense that this person can develop a little more maybe in some aspect of his service. The next step of this, here there is no space further, so I'm changing the page, is what is your equipping or training you are going to give them. Everything prana. What is the training or equipping that is pending for these devotees? For example, let's say this person has good sadhana, say Prabhu Krishnadas. He has good sadhana and maybe he is good at management. He has not been such a good preacher or whatever, and he is not yet very sensitive about people dealings. Let's say for example. Then what we can think of, in ISKCON we have varieties of courses, self-study materials, engagement and assessment that we can offer them to build their skill. So whichever is the pending knowledge, skill or value that they have, for that we need to have a training or coaching that we give them. Say for example, this devotee should be doing a TTC1 course, or he can even eventually become a Bhakti Shastri teacher if he completes his further thing. I think this devotee should learn about team building. You know, or this devotee, he badly needs help with so you can figure out for them what is pending according to you to bring them to the expected standard.
Okay, so we haven't even built our team, right? This is just basically, we've got a whole lot of people in our community. They've got all sorts of skills and abilities. We're just going through our contact list, working out where they're at and what training that they require. So we're not even worrying about building the team yet, right? This is just like a generic.
Correct.
Okay.
Generic guideline.
Okay,
It's
cool.
a completely generic guideline. I'm not getting into specifics. I'm just giving hints as to what is to be done.
Okay, so in regards to, I mean, we got some devotees here, they might have, say, 5,000 on their contact list, some might only have a couple of hundred. So in regards to, I guess, the application of this, would it be that I need a team for doing project XYZ, I'm going to scout through my contact list, choose half a dozen people, and then do a skill analysis. Is that
No,
kind of...
I'll explain this. Although Prabhuji may have 5,000 people with him, our current discussion is not on all of them. We are just talking about, let's say talk Prabhuji's example, he has got 5,000 people. Now let's say that there are prana category about 200 people that he has, just for example. Artha category, let's say he has got 600 people who really give a lot to our movement. And Dhiya category are another, say 1200. And remaining is Vacha category. They just speak good about our movement, whichever. So that's 3000. Just for example. So we are not talking of all of them. All we are talking about is select 12 best people. Because we want to start small, do good work, and then multiply. So these 12 people that you selected and trained for, let's say, next 1 year, and you kind of worked on all their pendings and made them come up to a standard where they can become your right hand, left hand people.
So what you're talking about is more, is it like more, I'm just trying to get this in context here.
It's a context, it's
Yeah.
a concept.
No, I'm trying to get this in context. I don't understand
Yes.
where I'm at now. So what you're saying is, what you're trying to, I guess, promote or teach us to do is, like, go through our contacts, ascertain a certain group, for example, the prana, and then get a certain group of them, and then train them up so they can be future very good candidates for
Correct.
that. Okay,
Correct.
cool.
So now from these 12 people, interesting. Can some people be allocated who are your loyal, trained leaders? Say 3 people to take care of this category, some another 4 people to take care of this category, some another people to take care of this category, and remaining 2 people to take care of this category. Anything that needs to be communicated, brought into picture, engaged, you already have people now. They are your trustworthy people. You have personally trained them, and now you are ready to let go your control, power, or contacts in such a way that they are always accountable to you of what they do. This is a very powerful concept. We individually cannot, as I was saying earlier also, none of us can, mass scale things becomes difficult. We need more people to be on our team. So basically, correct. You assign them according to their capacity, propensity, your trust in them.
Like somebody may be expert in teaching, so
Yeah, so sadhana and teaching he is good at, so you engage them for taking care of your rest of the prana category people.
right. And then
Like that.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out.
I don't want to make it complicated, please. I have hundreds of ideas, but what I'm trying to basically do is to give a clue of how to do your database management, how to just work on few number of people, then get their help, and then take care of rest of others that you are not able to fully do justice to. This is a simple concept. Yes, Prabhu.
It is, but it's very person-centric. And there's another 6,500 names on our database in the temple, which I'm more concerned about looking after than some of the dead names that I've got in my contact list. But just a comment.
Correct. Gaurang Bro.
Like you have been practicing some of this?
Yes,
Okay,
personally.
Can you share some of that part?
Okay. So, for example, in my contact list, I have 1,800 people, 1,863 people. So, from this, I have figured out about 200 people who are really the best. What I have done is for these 200 people, I'm not able to reach to all of them physically. So, I have only 100 people that I take care of. All other 100 people, I have put somebody next to me to conduct Bhakti Shastri courses, to give them weekly support programs, to ensure that they are coming to temples, attending morning program, doing services in the temple, everything else. So those who are generally capable of doing all STCM properly, we put them here first to take care of this category. Those who are not good at sadhana so much, but can do some kind of counseling and management, counseling and management, are good enough to look after this. And those who are only good at management can be given here, to take care of this database and send some, messages, emails, invites, fund collection, this, that. So even from this team, not everybody is on the same page. So I actually have 8 people. I don't have 12, to be honest. And for them, I'm engaging them in taking care of the rest of the categories. And honestly, I'm not reaching all 1,800 of them. I'm currently able to reach up to 500. That's my current situation with whatever I have been able to do. So that's the idea behind it. This is just a concept. You take it, you don't take it, no problem. But if you like it, you can expand yourself. You can multiply the fruits. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, I have come with the fruit of love of Godhead. There are billions of them. And I'm alone Mali, gardener. How much can I distribute? And he's telling you, come and help me to distribute these fruits of love of Godhead. It is based on the same idea.
My perplexed situation here is, this is more like for devotees who are in prana, and one who is giving earth hour donor, they will only give. They have no time for, going and collecting for you or anything like that.
Correct.
Especially the people I am dealing. They say, whatever you want, ask to me, done. I cannot ask to anybody.
Correct.
So you are talking about mostly the full-time devotee who are...
Not full-time, Prabhu. I said any grihastha.
Okay, devotee, whether congregation or full-time.
Oh, correct.
Both are out of my teach.
One more comment or question?
I really like this identification of those who have given everything and assessing their skill sets and then identifying where you can strengthen them.
Correct.
So that they can assist in the exit strategy, really was what you were talking about before.
Correct.
Right. But then Devakish brought up a good point about managing all of the other people that we might have in the congregation. And what I've, it's just to share what I've done.
Yeah, can I just add something to this?
Yeah, sure.
We are already doing what we are doing. There is some kind of work going on in every dimension. All I am saying is, if you spend in a week 4 hours just implementing this system, and at the end of 1 year, you get 12 qualified people who can share your burden. Isn't that a good thing to have? That's all.
Yeah. One thing I measure is how much money they give. Well, no, first of all, their sadhana, which is kind of like the prana category, how much money they give, donors, and then people who volunteer and actually do something. They may not give money, they may not be good sadhakas, of course they very often
but they
are,
volunteer for some seva.
but they volunteer.
They do chappal
things.
seva, cooking
Yeah.
seva,
Yeah.
something.
So there are numerous ways that you can cut and dissect
Yes.
your universe.
That's why I began with this discussion. All that we need to do is database management. There are hundreds of people we can engage, provided we have their data with us. Who is at what stage of spiritual practice, who is at what stage of contribution level, and what type of contribution. And if we can have this, and it's a huge thing. 5,000 people is not a small thing to manage. Even 2,000 is not a small thing to manage. But we could think of it in this way. Krishna entrusted these people under my care, and he expects me to do the best I can for them. And the best I can do for others is through my extensions, not just myself. So this is the concept. So let us do this exercise on whatever that one name that you chose. Can you write very specifically Maybe he is your successor who will be in succession for your one particular department or one particular project. Just one devotee that you are currently thinking of, and you kind of assess him for these abilities and make some concrete plan for equipping him further. I am not saying that everybody has to learn all these 4 dimensions. Some people are not capable. Some people just can't do management much, or some people can't be very caring in nature. But whatever best they can give. Can you make some 1, 2, 3 points about this devotee that you have in mind as your successor for a project? What can he do with you to become a better leader? Just jot down 3 points. Please do it.
Three qualities you said? What 3 qualities you have to write? That person which I wanted to.
What is he? Okay. So now take a moment, just pair share. Just show your person sitting next to you what have you done. You tell him what you have done and see what he has done, and just share it with each other. Just 2-minute quick sharing. Please change the member of the pair who is sharing. So person A was sharing, now person B shares in case.
मैंने डाला है सब मैंने वो जो पेंटर दिया था नहीं नहीं पहले डाला था आप क्या करो माता जी एक बाजू में फोल्डर ये सब छोड़ो बाजू में डेस्कटॉप में एक फोल्डर अब ये सब उड़ा दो नहीं है तो सब उड़ा दो वही फोल्डर है कॉपी करो इसमें भी उसमें सेम है ना दोनों में सेम रहेगा अभी उड़ाना मत नहीं आप क्या कॉपी करके आप डेस्कटॉप पे रखो और क्या करेंगे क्या करेंगे एक पेंड्राइव में पूरा कॉपी कर दो उसमें ये पेंड्राइव में पहले कॉर्नर मारेंगे सब कॉपी करेंगे इसमें डाल यस यस नहीं हम क्या करें इसमें आप देख लो सब बराबर है हाँ आप अभी जो स्टार्ट टू एंड फोल्डर चालू है यहाँ पे बार पॉइंट
Hare Krishna. Can we all come back in our own locations, positions, facing towards the stage? Thank you for participating in this exercise. Anyone would like to share any insights about what we have done till now? What are you feeling about it? Yes.
I actually feel quite inspired, especially when you explain that part down the bottom, because basically it increases my capability from 1 to 12.
12.
But not only that, but actually quite capable devotees as well. And then, yes, I'm actually really quite excited, and like the devotee that I kind of chose, it's the type of guy who I could, he's just like a brahmachari doctor coming back into it. He's got 3 to 4 years before he can retrain as a GP.
Yes.
Which will give him the time to do my
So,
service. And then
Prabhuji is
I can-
saying that he liked this idea that I was earlier only one person, now I have become 12.
Yeah.
And there are people who can do many things on my behalf with almost good amount of quality that I would expect. And I don't need to be involved so much.
Well,
I
the
can
thing is they
chant
can
Hare
actually
Krishna
do-
with peace.
Actually
in my-
do what, like this guy could actually do what I'm doing, which means I can expand and increase in other areas too.
And if we teach this system to them, it will expand further.
Exactly, yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Someone else would like to share? What is peculiarity of this exercise that you came across? Any realizations? Anything you would like to share?
Just to reflect on what we discussed in situational leadership, you can also analyse people on their readiness levels. And some people may not get to the point of S4, you know, fully self-actuated.
Superstars, yeah.
Well, no, they're not superstars, but they're, you know, you don't have to monitor them. The conversation levels and the monitoring is minimal, right? And so you're really looking for those kind of people. Some people may be good at a number of things, but their very nature means that they're good at that level, and you're not going. You know, some people are just not naturally teachers, or some people are just not naturally carers. You know, like I think of our treasurer, and he kind of is a carer, but you know, he's not a softie, if you know what I mean.
Correct.
So trying to bring him up in devotee care probably would be, you know, a waste of effort. But you know that. And by identifying all of the people, you can identify those potential top-level leaders
Yes.
and bring them up whilst encouraging all the others as well at their particular, which is pretty neat.
Thank you. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. By this exercise, I could say that I am not the only one.
Okay.
There are so many stalwart devotees with me, and I'm not the only empowered and recognized person in my community that who is doing wonders. There are so many people around me, those who can do wonders, and they are doing. And identifying them, I could say that now I can feel that my community is full of stalwart devotees, and which all 4 categories they fulfill. And by not doing this type of exercise in our community, and making, you know, data and phone and everything, we have so many people, and we are not approaching them to come in Krishna consciousness. It's kind of hinsa, or
My God.
I feel that. I could feel that because
Yeah, violence means to not preach Krishna consciousness effectively.
yeah.
Yokinandro.
This is a very nice tool for preaching, or
Expanding.
like doubling, you know. And I agree with him that we are going to not live for so long, so all data will remain only here. So better I share with somebody else.
By this system, that data can be further utilized, you know, generations after generations. Thank you. Very nice comment. Someone from this side would like to comment. What are they feeling about the exercise?
I feel this is a very good exercise, and this can enhance the capabilities of the leaders. Like Amanin said that he was 1, now he can become 12. So this can enhance one's capabilities, and also train up devotees to take leadership positions in the future, and also be very usable for the society.
Yes, thank you. So overall, I am sensing this, that you are able to sense the leverage principle. You understand leverage? If I'm given a lever long enough and a fulcrum strong enough, I can lift the planet Earth. Who said that? Archimedes? Galileo? One of them. So this is the leverage principle. I'm one man, but if you give me this team building tools, and you give me another 12 set of people who are well trained with me, in sync with my vision, mission activities, I can lift major loads. So that's the mood, basically. So now, just coming to the last stage, we already selected few candidates, but I just want to remind you of this important thing that we have studied in the past. Key result areas, first jot them down. For each key result area, what roles and responsibilities or functions need to be performed. Our Gaurang Prabhu was showing how this GBC college training program got manifested. So we first listed the key result areas of zonal supervisor. Then we defined functions that a zonal supervisor should do. For doing those functions, we discussed knowledge, skills, and values that he should have. And then we went on to design a curriculum for training everyone. And we saw that organizational people effectiveness are the two most important things that are missing. Generally, devotees are well trained in sadhana, they are well trained in personal care item, but not so well trained in these other aspects. And this is how we actually came up with a curriculum or a training plan. So same we are trying to request you, please don't do anything else next 1 year. Just concentrate on these 12 people and let them manifest their core genius in service of Krishna with you as their situational leader and a personal coach. That will do wonders to this movement. In fact, you will expand yourself in 12 forms. There are two important things at the end. One is to also devise an assessment to know whether this person is fit to do this job or not. And finally, to actually engage them in the field of action. Only then this exercise completes. It's not just some theoretical exercise. And if we do proper assessment and proper launching, then the fear that Radheshyam Prabhu had expressed earlier, whether we will preserve purity or not, there will be fear of dilution, there will be the pain of having to account for others' mistakes. That gets lessened because enough has been invested. It's a calculated risk we are taking in empowering these personalities. So with that, I would like to conclude for the day. I just want to give two final tips before you can mentor or coach them as a group, or you can also do individual coaching. You can do it in person, or you can do it through technological means. But ensure that your connection with them for next at least 1 year during this course is maintained on a unique once in 2 week or whatever, every week basis, that they are really well trained personally by you. The last tool for the day is seeking feedback. If we have to really become a good team builder, then seeking feedback about our own self is one thing that we really need to do well, periodically. I want you to repeat this statement after me. Feedback is the breakfast of the champions. You heard this? Feedback is the breakfast of the champions. This is what they eat first thing in the day. So, I would like to begin on a devotional note. So, I would mention some very important 3 things to be done. Number 1, have a coach. So there are various fields of action, sadhana, of our own sadhana, our teaching, counseling, management. In each field we can have one Shiksha Guru, have a coach. What we cannot get by studying 20,000 books and browsing 2,000 websites, we can get in 20 minutes association with a wise man. And therefore, instead of wasting our time figuring out things around, if we can figure out who are the best, and ISKCON is full of experts. You name a field, we have it. Here only itself, in this room, I can see so many of you are expert in so many of particular services. So, have a coach. Number 2, create conducive environment. for learning and practicing habits, lifestyle, and facilities around you. So in any field of human endeavor in which we want to become excellent, if we can give that as a title, developing excellence, what should we do? And here Krishna has said 4.34 Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidhi, Pranipata, Pariprashna and Seva, right? This is what we do with making relevant enquiries, submission to follow the instructions, and service with service attitude. And the last item, give oneself incremental push. To outperform our previous performance. Put into practice what we learn from them and become better and better at doing those things. If these three simple things we maintain, and if I, let's say, want to learn about fundraising, all I need to do is to go to Devkinandan Prabhu, make him my coach, learn from him submissively, then create needed facilities, environment, habits, lifestyles that a good fundraiser has, and give myself incremental push to do better and better in my service. I remember when I learned basketball, first time when my coach, he took us on the basketball ground, he said, have a look how it looks like. So we went around, and we came back. And then he tied all of our eyes with a strap, blindfolded us. He said, now I will tell you where to go and stand on this kshetra, field of action. And you should go and exactly stand at that spot. So go in the center. And we said, well, we didn't count exactly where to walk and how much to go. He said, the first thing if you want to become a good basketball champion is to know your kshetra well. You have to become a kshetrajna. How do you become? Even blindfolded you will perform. Dhavan nimilya va netre na skhalet na pate diha. Bhagavatam says, even if blindfolded, you should not stumble and fall on this field. And he really trained us like that. And we could, after some days of, we said him, remove this strip. We walked around and we saw where is what. And within 2 days, the whole field was under our feet. We could run whichever spot we wanted to go simply by counting our feet. How many feet we have run in which direction. We don't have to look at that line and the border anywhere. So that was first exercise. And this went for 7 days. Another exercise was how to hold the ball. Just holding basketball. That went on for one full week. And we were wondering, where is basketball here? There is no goal being made yet. So this is the way he coached. Eventually, this practice led to excellence, where our team was winning regularly. So this is just one example of developing excellence means what? How does it go? And where does this come from? This is the typical verse, Nectar of Instruction, verse number 8. Tan nama rupa charitadi sukirtananu smrutyo kramena rasana manasi niyojya tishthan vraje tad anuragi jana anugami kalam nayed akhilam iti upadesha saram. The essence of all advice is, we want to develop excellence in Bhakti Yoga, is that we have to have a teacher who is excellent in Bhakti Yoga, a Rasika devotee, who can train us. Create conducive lifestyle habits, facilities to practice this Bhakti Yoga and give daily incremental push to chant better, to study better, to serve better. And in this way, we eventually go on to develop excellence in Bhakti Yoga. And this is where this comes, feedback. Feedback is the breakfast of the champions. So here are these 3 simple methods: stop, start, continue, top down, and 360 degree. These are very simple concepts in seeking feedback. You have to go and ask your juniors or team members, here is a page, you don't need to write any name, your name on it. Just jot down, what should I start doing which I am not doing for the betterment of our team? What should I stop doing that I'm doing? And what should I continue doing which you think I'm doing well? This is called start, stop, continue feedback. This is one kind of feedback a leader can seek. Second feedback is top-down feedback. This basically means we also regularly meet our team members and offer this feedback. As a leader, what they are doing well, where is the room for improvement, what are their plans to improve, how can I help? In this mode we approach. And finally there is 360-degree feedback, and we discussed this in one of the sessions. Top down means the leader gives feedback to the subordinates about same things, what they should start doing, stop continue doing. And especially this one important question, the regular meetings that we have with them, what have you done in the past? What do you want to do to achieve our goals in future? What is your current action plan? Past, future, present, how can I help? These are the 4 important questions every time we meet our subordinate. And finally, we have this 360-degree feedback where we ask everyone. We not only ask our team members, we ask our community devotees, we ask even the market yard people who supply grocery to our temple. What is your impression about ISKCON? Where are we going good? Where are we not going good? So we go to 360-degree, all the stakeholders that are there around us, we go and ask them questions. Can you give me some feedback? How can we become better? And this is the mode that will help us excel in our service. Thank you all very much. We would now take a break with some announcements.
Hare Krishna. Yes, first announcement is thank you very much, Balgovinda Prabhu. We did not introduce him formally. Some of you know him. His name is Balgovinda Prabhu. He serves as Vice President in ISKCON Pune, a leading project in India and the world. He has attended this course last year. He just needs a couple of online courses to finish, to graduate, so basically almost finished. He's also working on his master in education, a few more months, then he will become a master in education. He's also overseeing a Gurukul in Pune. What do you call it? Vidyashrama, basically a Gurukul. And he's part of our group of curriculum development for the GBC College and many other things. He's also an international preacher. He travels to America every year and so on. So thank you very much. So as he said, we'll take the break. Then if you have not done, please bring your computers. We'll be using computers. See you all in 50 minutes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Is everybody here? Should we start? Yeah, just wait. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Welcome back, everyone. So today, the session is going to be like this. We'll start off with a little more practice on the edX platform. In the last session, we opened up edX. It's all brand new for you. We gave you a checklist of things that you needed to complete so that you can be ready on the edX platform. So again, because you are all busy, and this may be new for some of you, we'd like you to again go through the edX program. We'll walk you through it a little slowly this time, and we'll just give you a little more practice so you can feel a little more comfortable with the platform. After that, we will test WebEx. WebEx is the conference calling software that we're using. We primarily gave it to you last time to install. This time we'll have an actual call, and we'll have that set up so all of you are ready. Your computers are set up with the WebEx software so that when you go home, you'll be comfortable when we actually start having the monthly calls. After that, Vrishabhanu Prabhu, who is part of the GBC College, he's in the fundraising division, he will come onto WebEx and we'll be able to see how the WebEx software actually works. We'll see his image, we'll see his PowerPoint, and he wants to talk to all of you all on another matter. So that will take some time, and after that, we have Nandini Radha Mataji, who's also part of the college, and she's going to then explain, help you to understand what your year is going to look like online. Like what exactly you have to, how will your year be, what courses will be releasing, what is the calendar looking like, what is expected of you for the next year while we go through this online courses. So she'll explain that. Rupanuga Prabhu will also be on that call, and after that he will speak a little bit about the ALP. The ALP runs concurrently with your courses. It runs throughout both semesters. It's a project, very practical project for you to work with as you go through the college. So Rupanuga Prabhu, he's taught some of that here. You'll be implementing that at your base stations, and he'll explain some of that. Thereafter, any questions or anything that you're not comfortable with, the whole staff will be here to answer that, and then we can go further from there. So the first thing I'd like you to do is go on to edX again, if you can all remember. Yes, sorry, I'll go a little slower. All right, so if everybody can log on, if you can remember the URL, if you've bookmarked it, courses at .gbc-college.com. Just type that into your browser. By now, you might want to bookmark that. And all of you should have logins by now. Please try to log in. No, but did you change anything? Oh, I'll reverse it. Everybody's able to log in? Just log in there on student. Are you able to log in, everyone? Log in, yep. Yes, so once everyone's logged in, remember you're going to come to your dashboard. This is your dashboard that has all the courses that are released to you. So what you'll notice now is that there is a new course that we have released on your dashboard, and that is the first course that you'll be taking with us on the online platform, and it's called Vaishnav Sadachar. So now we have opened that course. It officially starts in 2 weeks, so we're opening it up early, but we just want you to get practice with it to experience what it's like. But you will have a whole month to complete the whole course. So we're not We're giving you ample time to get familiar with the platform. So what you want to do is go inside Vaishnav Sadachar. I want you to try to understand and be comfortable with the first course. Now remember, once you click inside the course, you're going to come to your home page. And the home page is going to explain exactly what the course is about, including what is expected of you. So if you scroll down, if you read all that in your time, you can read that. If you scroll down, you'll see there's a grading. There is a grading criteria. And basically, if you read there, it says there are 8 written assignments for this course. Just make it bigger, please. Zoom it up. Yeah. There are 8 written assignments for this course, totaling 100% of your grade. So what's expected in this course is very simple. There are just 8 assignments that you have to submit. They are written assignments. If you remember from the starter course, the written assignments are where you download a file, a Word file, type in your answer, and upload that file again. So that's all that's expected from you for this course. And each assignment, you'll have to write something. They give you a word range in which you need to try to adhere to, 250 words to 600 words, and also the criteria in which they will grade you. In other words, how is your response graded? It's explained very clearly there. So this home page gives you the understanding of what the course is like, what is expected of you. Is everybody okay with that? If you scroll up, answer, it means your answer. It means you 8 assignments, the answer to those, each response that you give to your assignment, you're going to get graded on each response. Each answer, yeah. Each assignment response. Can you go right up to the home? Straight up? Scroll up? Yeah. Okay, now, remember on your home page again, on the right-hand side of the home page, if there's anything that you need to download, it comes down there in course handouts. So you'll notice in this course, there are 2 files, there are 2 links there that you can download. The first download is the handbook. If you click on that, try to click on that, you will see that the handbook downloads. Can you click on it? One second. Okay, you click on it, and the handbook downloads. It's a PDF file. Now, I'll just give you a tip. If this happens to you and you want to save the file, you just right-click, Save As. Okay? If the file doesn't download, it's opening up the PDF file in your browser. This is also okay. You can go through it like this. But if you want to save the file down to your computer, right-click anywhere in this space, Save As, and then you'll be able to download the file. There's the file here, downloaded. Okay? So that's part of your course notes. It's the handbook. And you'll see one more file there called Course Slides. If you click on that, you'll see that the course slides are downloading. So this gives you the material for the course. You'll get the slides, the handout. They're pretty much similar. You can go through them as part of the course. So we're going to just give you is everyone okay with that? Do you want me to repeat any of that? That's going to happen at 6 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, go into home. We're on the home page. Yep. Is everybody on the same page there? It's pretty clear. Home page gives you information on the course, anything to download on the right-hand side. So now, what do we do if we're on the home page and we want to access the course? We click on the course option on the main menu. Just click on course. Can you see it? Okay. So now this gives you access to the actual course. Okay, the home page was just the introduction and the information. Now you can see the actual information here. And if you remember from the starter course, the top is the main menu. So you've got home, course, discussion, progress. And we are now in the course. Then the next section is the main sections of the course. If you look at this on the side, it gives you the main sections. The main sections are what? AIM 1, AIM 2, AIM 3. You'll see these are the main sections of the course. When I click on the main section, it opens up the subsections. So this course has 8, 9 actually, it's got a conclusion as well. But these are the sections of the course. So you can see the course is broken up into 8 main sections. Each one is one AIM. And inside that, you can see there's some course content and there is an assignment. So it's a very simple, structured course. If everybody can go through that, we'll give you some time once I finish explain this. The course structure has these main sections. This is a subsection. When you click on the first one, you're going to get the course content. You can see the video on the left. So we will just make about 5 minutes to just go around, make sure everybody's comfortable with that, and then we'll resume. Any questions? Please help. Raise your hand if you need some help.
We are not coming home here. I'll go back.
Yeah. The course assistants can also help other people. This is the wrong page. Just choose another page here. How do I close? One second. See, there's your tabs here. Going to be the. That's the tabs. There's your back here. You're in the wrong course, Maharaj. This is starter course. You need to come out and go into Vaishnav Sadachar. Vaishnav Sadachar. Now you are in the right course. You're okay?
Yeah, so we came late.
Okay. All right, Hare Krishna. I think everybody's doing okay there. So the next thing we want to look at is remember that after you go through the course, submit all your assignments. I just want to mention, remember this is the written assignment, so you click here to download right now I've clicked on the assignment, so study case 1. In each one there's a study case. So if I click on study case 1, study case 2, I'll get to the written assignment. And one way for you to know that you have to submit something is this little icon here. You can see this pen with a little square. That means that there is something for you to submit. Either it's a quiz or it's an assignment. It means that the system is expecting you to give it some input which will be graded. So if you look down on your left-hand menu and you go through all the subsections, you'll know exactly which ones require you to submit something. So let's now go into one of these written assignments. Study case 3, and the best advice I can give you is to read everything carefully, and once you finish reading a page, just click next. When you're going through the material on the system, you just click next. In that way, you won't miss anything, because the next button will take you to the next page or to the next subsection. I'll just give you an example what that means. If you're here at the top, I've just started the course. I've just come into the course. This is my first touch with the course. I start right at the beginning. If I look at the top menu, I can see there's multiple pages here. There's 5 pages in this subsection. Now, if I read this page and then I think that's all there is, and then I click on the second subsection, I'm going to miss all this information here. So the safest way out of that is that once you start at the top, just click next. Either you click this next button or you click this next button. It will determine what is next for you, and then you can just read through that. Read through everything carefully. Now you can see we're on the second page. You can see the blue line. We're on the second page. Next is going to be the third page. I scroll down, I read all that, I click next. In that way, when I come here to the 5th page, when I click next, it's going to take me to the next subsection, which is case study 1. Okay? So by clicking next, you will slowly go through the entire course. This is the safest way if you don't want to miss anything. So this case study 1, the first step now to get the assignment, you click on this, it's going to download the assignment file. In each of these assignments, you need to click on that, it'll download the file, it comes as a Word file, you open that up. You have done this in the starter course, so I think all of you should be familiar with it. Okay, whoops. Yeah. Okay, so this is the file. Please read everything very carefully. This is the question, and it comes to the point at the end where we're asking you to enter your name. This is important because sometimes if we just get your Word file that's outside the system, we won't know whose it is. So it's important you write your name again on this file, and then you write your answer based on these questions. Just type your answer in, save the file. We'd like you to name the file when you're saving the file as to add your name to it, and then upload this file back again to the system. Now, the same question is duplicated here. It's the same question inside the assignment. There's nothing different, but we have also put in the rubric here so you know what you're going to be marked on. And then you just upload your file here. I've already uploaded a file, and I've also already been graded. So that's basically, you have to repeat that process for all 8 assignments. Now, once you upload your file, yep. You won't see this. What you'll see is, sorry. So what you'll see is a select file there. Are you on that screen? Okay, so this assignment you'll have to save and go back. Yes. So once you download the assignment, where do you give it back to us? Where do you upload the assignment? It's at the bottom of this screen. Right at the bottom of this screen. Yes, you select the file and give us back the file with your answer. This was done in the starter course. Okay. So now what's important is this. Once you upload your file, it's not going to be automatically graded. It depends on the grader now going through your file and giving you a mark to it. So you won't see a grade immediately. All you're going to see is your file is uploaded. Now you don't need to communicate with us and ask us, have you received the file? If it says your file is uploaded, your file is received. We have received it.
One more thing about grading is that the grading is not necessarily done by the instructor or by the one who put together the course. So please don't assume that the grade comes from the instructor.
Who's Bhakti Charamaraj in this case?
And also others, right?
Yes.
In most cases, the grader and the instructor are two different people.
Yes. So if you have a problem with grading, which we'll discuss a little later, we're just explaining the platform now, we can take that up with the course staff. But on this point here, when you're uploading an assignment, I want to make it clear here. Once you upload the file, it's not going to be automatically graded. You will have to wait until we grade it. We will communicate with you when you get the grades, when things have been graded. It takes some time for the grader to go through. The grader has to now go through 8 times 25 assignments. It's going to take a little time. But when you do get a grade, you'll see your grade show up here. And you can see here I've got 80 out of 100 for this assignment. So another place. So is this clear? Do you need a little time to go through this? Uploading of assignment. Yes? No? Is it okay? Okay. So the next point is, sorry, Prabhu.
That's all. There's only one.
For this assignment.
In this case.
Yes. Okay, so once you've uploaded the assignments and you've gone through all of it, you can see your progress. I'm going to show you the progress tab. This is the 4th tab here. If you click on that, if you click on this, you'll see I have already, this is just a sample, it's just a test. I've already graded all 8 assignments for the student. So you'll see what it looks like when your assignments are graded. And so basically you can see that there are 8 assignments and they'll take the average and your total is calculated based on your grades. Now what's important here is to note that the grading rubric is, the pass mark is 60%, and you can see 60% is a D, over 70 is a C, B is 80, A is 90 to 100. So you can see how you are doing. My final grade was 75, that is a C. It's a C. Okay, so on the progress tab, when you look at it after you submit your assignment, you will not see anything here until the grader comes in and grades. Then you will see these things come up. All right, but you can have a look at your grades. Now, I want to also mention that this is not necessarily your final grade for the course. Okay, because sometimes there's some confusion, sometimes there's some adjustment. So it's not necessarily a final grade. If there are concerns, you can always email us and we can discuss it and take it from there. Okay? You want to speak in the mic so other people get benefited? Where's the mic?
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Now there is a question there. I have to write something in 250 words. After I write it, I will save it in a Word file, and then that file name I will supply in the account.
You have to upload the file.
For uploading the file, it will ask for the file name.
Yes, when you click select file, it'll ask you for the file. You give it the file, it will upload.
Oh, then I should save it and keep it with me in a folder, isn't it?
Yeah, it's submitted to us, so we have a copy. You can keep a copy as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
It will on the first part of assessment.
Hmm?
It will on the first part of assessment.
Yeah, that's for assignment 1. That's only the first one, yes. Any questions on this? Yes.
In case we miss out a particular assignment,
Yes.
is there some reminder that would come to us?
If you
in
look,
case we,
yes, we can. We will be reminding you if you.
because we might miss out that icon over there in the corner.
Sure.
Suppose we miss
But
it
it's very
out.
clear at the course information what's expected of you. 8 assignments. You can go through each one and just check if you have uploaded it. But generally, most people find out that there's something missing when they get the grades for their assignments. So in other words, if I get 7 of the 8 grades, then I can see that I'm actually missing one assignment. One red bar is not there. That means I didn't submit that. So you will get time to submit that. Any other questions? Yes.
So if I submit an essay and I get 70, do we get to see where we lost the 30?
That's a good question. It depends on the course and depending on the ability of the grader to actually mark on the file. But in this here, if just go back to the file upload on that. If the grader does upload an annotated file, you'll be able to download that and see exactly how she graded it. It's not necessarily the case for each assignment. It's depending on our graders who are volunteers. And but you know, that's how we do it. I can't say further which grader does that. But we do have the facility to do that, and in some courses that is the case, where you will get the feedback. Generally, what is left is a comment. So generally, like a teacher would mark something as 80% and say, very good, maybe you needed to worry more about this, for example. So a comment is always there on every grade. But whether you want more detailed comment on other things, I don't know. It depends on the ability of the grader. Is that okay? Yes, Mariji.
Just a quick comment that when they upload the files, they should definitely write their names on the file. Otherwise, all files will have the same names.
Correct.
Thank you.
Mike? Yeah, please. One message from Balgovind Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. There are 2 pen drives I am circulating here. They will go around. They have same content material, just to facilitate fast saving of these materials in your laptops. Till date, whatever residential courses happened, the PPTs, the handouts that were given, they are all loaded in this. So many of you wanted this in soft copy form, so we are just sending it around. Please copy it and give me back at the end, whoever he is, these pen drives. I'll be standing there at the end, and this is maybe 2-3 GB. It's not very huge.
Hardly 150 MB.
Yeah, it's not very huge. It's not very huge. So I'm sending it, one this side, one this side. After the one table finishes, it goes to the next table like that, and I'll collect it back. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
I have a question.
Yes, Prabhu, 1 second.
Yes.
Just gotta tell Vrishabhanu Prabhu we're running a bit late.
If I will write my essay and will send, and your comment it is not very good to do some changing, can I write second time? And
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So until you get graded by the grader, you can upload another file. You can submit as many files as you want. You can only upload one file. But say you submitted the file and then the next day you realize, oh, I could have answered that better. And you have a chance to submit again up until the grader decides to grade that report. Once she grades it, once you get a grade, that you won't be able to upload another file. No, there's no need. Aim one with your name, that's it. She will take the latest file. It actually overwrites your previous attempt. So we will not have that version.
Just when you arrive to the end conclusion, that means that this particular course is finished, or not?
If you've gone through the course, that means you've finished all the material in the course. You've read all the material in the course.
So what we have to do more?
You have to submit the assignments. Once you've finished all the assignment submission, the course is complete.
There is no discussion on the course, nothing.
So there's no grading on the discussion, but if you'd like to be part of the discussions, you can.
And I don't know, maybe someone will tell us later. How many of this course we will have from now to September?
Yes, that is upcoming.
Okay.
That discussion is upcoming. You'll get complete clarity on what's up ahead by Mataji. Any other questions related to this?
Is there any difference in the content between the handbook that we download and the one that is online that we are answering with the video?
It's pretty much the same. Pretty much. You can go through the handout and that should be fine. But you must watch the videos. The video content has content that is not in any of the slides, not in any of the handouts. For this course, they're pretty much similar, but Maharaj has a few more examples that can be used in your assignments. Okay, are we comfortable? Yes, Prabhu. These videos cannot be downloaded. Well, it is actually YouTube videos, but it's private YouTube videos. So, one moment, let's see. Where is the... Did you close it? No, not the call. Case study 1, okay. Yeah, so I'll just show you the videos. Okay, so this video is actually on YouTube. If you click on it, you'll get the YouTube link, and if you know how to download a YouTube video, there's many ways that you can download it. I would recommend everybody not to try to download it, just watch it in the platform, and you don't have to get too worried about this. These videos are copyrighted to the GBC College. It is meant for your usage, and it's also an online course, so please watch the videos online. And it doesn't take that long. You can just go through it in that way. All right, so we're going to move ahead now because we're running out of time. So the last part again is the discussion section that we had. This particular course doesn't explicitly ask for any discussion questions, so you're not expected to be part of any of the discussions, but you can open a discussion. So in other words, if you have a question on any of the content that you need some clarity from the grader, the best way is to ask your question on the discussion forums. Okay? Rather than emailing the grader, emailing us, if you have a question on Vaishnav Sadachar about any of the assignments technically, just post a question. You click add a post. Just click add a post. You click add a post and just choose discussion or question, and you've done this in the starter course, it's all explained. Just post your question there. Maybe another student can answer your question for you, or maybe a grader or one of the staff can answer it. Now, one thing I want to mention on this discussion forum, please do not post answers to the questions. For example, if there's a quiz and the correct answer is C, but you put B and you are 100% sure B was the right answer, so you're not happy, so you come to the discussion forum and say, this system is wrong, the correct answer is B, the correct answer is B, but the correct answer is showing as C. Well, all the students are now going to get what the correct answer is. So if you do that, we're going to have to delete that question and give you a warning. So please don't discuss answers, even on any form of communication on the WhatsApp group or on between each other. Don't discuss answers, that's against our policy. If you didn't get something right, you can discuss the question, but not, especially the quiz answers.
Discuss the question, but not the answer.
Like for example, a quiz. You can't give. All right, so this is important. Please don't reveal answers.
Hare Krishna, when you download the course, it's a Word file, right?
Yes.
Can we download as PDF file? So can it be download as PDF file?
Yeah, but then you won't be able to edit it because you need to put your answer in it.
Oh, answer. Okay.
Yeah. So we have it like that. Yes, Prabhu.
Whatever the download file we download, we can sometimes do copy paste something which we like to write and we found that the exact line is there.
Yeah, the question is, and I'll leave this to Mataji, Nandini, rather. The question is, yeah, I'm going through the course material, I see the answer. Can I cut and paste from the course material and submit that as my answer? Okay, Mataji said she'll discuss it at her time. Okay, so discussion forums, progress, course, home. This is a basic course. The course is now open for you. You can submit it whenever you'd like. This course closes in, I think, almost close to the end of April. You have sufficient time to really do this course. We're going to go ahead now to WebEx. And have we emailed the link to everybody? Yes. So now we're going to move now very quickly to WebEx, which is the conference calling program. We're going to show you how that works. Have you started the call here? Okay, just move the screen. Okay. Yes, double click that. Okay, so everyone should have received an email with a link to the WebEx conference call. Please click that link, and you should have set up WebEx in the previous session. Once you have clicked it, you should come into a program like this. Just call using computer on our side. Connect our video. Okay, wait, just before you do that, I'll show that. Okay, we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 people inside the call, so we want everybody to go in and click on that. It's on your email. We've sent you an email. Go to your email inbox, look for the link. We sent it at around 5 o'clock. 4:27. Yep. Yes. You can get on with your mobile. On the email, there's a meeting number. Put that number into your mobile. It's not working. Okay. Yes, join as guest. Put your name and your email, click join as guest. It will, yes, people are coming in, that's good. You sure you have the right meeting number? It's the last mail that we sent you. Who's not in the call yet, please raise your hand. Those who are not in the call. Yes? Just, Harbal, take out those cues, please. It's so slow, all these people. Yes, click on the link. Yes, put in your name and your email address, click join as guest. Don't try to sign in unless you have an account. Okay, if you don't have an account, you don't need to sign into WebEx, you don't need to sign up, just join as guest. Yeah, add as Chrome. Yeah. Is it working with the? Yeah, it is.
Okay, so I downloaded it. Now to install it, right? So I install it by going here.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yes. Well, it says it has downloaded it. I'll just get Vijay.
Did install it?
Open this file. Double click this file. For you, you are in Firefox. If you're in Firefox, you can't add the extension. You have to click Run a temporary application. Yes, save it. Yes. Then run it. Yes, that will come next. Those of you who are in the call, we're going to give you the next step. Now, this is important. Once you come into the call, that doesn't mean that you are fully connected to the call. You won't be able to hear anything that's going on, and we won't be able to hear you. And the way we know that is, you can see these headphone icons next to the people. Those people who don't have that headphone icon are not fully connected to the call. Okay, so the way you get the headphone icon is you click call using computer right here. Click call using computer. That's going to connect you to the call. You'll see now I have some headphones here. And I'm going to try to switch on my video. There we go. So video. Kavi Karnapur Prabhu, put your video off, please. Okay. How many are still not in the call? Okay, we'll give you a few minutes to get on the call. Just raise your hand if you need some help. All right. Course assistance, where's the other one? Vijay. Yeah, just help out. I think it needs this time. I think they need this time, otherwise it's a problem. We're running. Is it okay? Okay, from here you click call using computer.
Call using computer.
Yes. Now you will come in the call. Switch your video off, Prabhu, here.
The network is slow. It's not moving.
Where is the extension? It must where your downloads, Maharaj.
Download here.
Okay, let's click on that. There is a file, this one, yeah. Click on that file.
It's not moving.
Have you double click?
Well, I think. Okay. We gotta install this. Are you on the web? Yeah.
Would Edge have any problem with this? Because when I click here,
Yeah.
nothing happens. See that?
Earlier it told you that
Chrome is the recommended one. I would just suggest using Chrome, unfortunately.
right or not. I was checking.
I was doing it on my iPad the other day as well.
Okay.
I haven't even logged into the, haven't been able to, I'm kind of a bit strange.
उनकी details, account details I'll check. कि वो same में match हो जाएगा.
First work on WebEx now. You can do that later, no? Join in. How come you cannot join?
If your link is the correct link, try the link again.
No, no. The email, just try another email address because you probably have an account or something. Change the email, or just refresh this page. It looks like this. You clicked the right link, right?
I don't know if you clicked the
Yeah.
right, that's why I'm
Came from this link.
Today, yeah.
I will install it, it's not working.
Yeah, internet is slow, Vijay. Internet's way too slow. I mean, just give full access. Huh? No, no, just give everybody, just open it. I don't know what you did. Huh? Just remove these, remove this. I don't know what it is, but. Okay, so more people are coming in. I'm just gonna quickly show you this now. We have to move on to the next program at 6 o'clock. Okay, so when you come onto WebEx, the first thing we'd like you to do is turn off your video. So Prabhu is chanting Gayatri. Oh yeah, so to turn off the video is you click that little green icon there. If you see that green icon right here, just press this green icon and the video will turn off. So someone else has got their video on. I can just put that off. Now I'd like to request you to please mute your mics because we're getting feedback from everyone joining the call. Just mute your speakers, please. Click Run as temporary application, this one.
I did that.
Okay.
I didn't save file outside.
You run the file.
How do we run that?
Yeah, run this. Run. Join, yeah. Okay. Okay, so now a lot of people are not connected to the call. Please try to connect to the call. Turn off your video, please. Please turn off your video. You turn off your video like this. There's this button right here. When I click it, it goes green. That means it's on. I have to click that button again and my video comes off. Please switch off your video. Switch off your video. Green. Green icon. Yeah, switch it off. Yep. It's starting. It will start. Okay, now what's important, guys, is that once you are here, you have to connect. You have to click connect to audio and then connect. You have to connect. If you don't connect, you won't be part of the call. So all these people here who have come in without the mics, that means you're not connected to the call. You have to click here, connect to computer, and then connect to audio. You will know that you're connected by this icon here. You'll see this headphone icon. Just help them connect to the computer audio. Maharaj, Premaswami. Just go and check if they're all connected to the call. Yeah, you're connected. You're connected. You can see the icon. You're connected. You're connected. It's fine. Yes, you're all getting connected. Can you switch off your speakers on your computers? Who's not connected to the audio there? They don't have a headphone next to their name. There's no headphone set next to their name. Click on connect to computer. Here. Then click. Then click call using computer. Yeah, but your video is on. Turn your video off. No, that's fine. Are you connected? Click call using computer. Click here. Yes. Click. Now you're connected. And switch off. Once you're connected, switch off your speakers, please. Yeah. All right. Now one more thing. How do you mute your mic? So you mute your mic by going over your name, across your name. You'll see a little mic icon. Click that icon. Click that icon, and it mutes your audio. That means whatever you say, nobody can hear that. Try to mute your audio. The people who are connected to the call, they'll get the button. Those who are not connected won't be able to mute. You can turn it on and off. Aniruddha Prabhu, are you connected to the call? Did a click here, call using computer. Second one, second one. Yep. Click, yes. Are you in? No, this is not the place. It was loading.
It is not loading.
Okay. Okay, I will check after, Marge. You just work on sound.
At any point of time, do we require the video on?
No.
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 At any point of time?
No. Okay, so I think a lot of people are connected to the call. Those who are not able to, we'll work on you after this class. So right now we want to try to bring in Vrishabhanu Prabhu as part of the call. So we're just going to bring him into the call. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so getting a bit of feedback. I'm going to try to mute everyone. Can't see that. What does it say? How do I mute all? Am I the host of this call? Am I the host of the call? I'm not. Just a moment, we're just working this out. How come, okay, I'm here. How do I mute everybody? Where's mute all? No, okay, mute all is there, okay. Okay, so Vrishabhanu Prabhu. Let's just see if Vrishabhanu Prabhu is online. Just get my phone from the table. Okay, one last feature that I want to show you is called the chat. Okay, so while the call is going on, everybody is going to be muted on the call. The etiquette is that whoever is speaking, that person will be unmuted and everybody else will be muted. So when you come in onto the call, keep your mic on mute until you want to say something. Then the person who's facilitating the call will say any questions or you'd like to say something. Then you can unmute your mic, say something, then put it back on mute. You will be able to hear everything. So that's the etiquette. If you want to chat, in other words, there is a chat feature, you want to say something, you want to respond to a question that they ask, you can click on this chat at the bottom here, it says chat. And it gives you an option to chat to everybody or to chat to a particular person that's on the call. So if I say everybody and I go Haribol, then it will send that to everybody, and on your screen you should get a Haribol from the GBC College. It's something like a Skype, yes. And if I want to send it particularly to someone like Aniruddha, then I'll just say, mute your mic, and that will go just to him. So, okay, so that is the chat feature. Sometimes this often happens is that you do want to say something, you can send a message on chat to us and say, I'd like to talk at the next opportunity. I'd like to say something. Then we'll get that message and the course facilitator, the call facilitator will help you out. Okay, now all calls are recorded. We have a recorder here. You can see I can just click on record here. You don't have that option. It's on the person who's hosting the call. But then this call can be recorded, and at the end of the call you'll get the thing. All right, so now we want to move to, I just want to check if Vrishabhanu Prabhu is around. Can't see if Vrishabhanu is there. All right, are there any further questions on this using of WebEx? Anybody has a question? Vrishabhanu Prabhu, he's coming on WebEx right now. You'll be able to see how it works.
Hare Krishna.
So, is Vijay there? Yeah, Radhesham Prabhu, please assist him to get on. Sri Jiva Prabhu, you're not yet connected to the call. Got to click call using computer. Somebody assist. Otherwise, I think everybody else is on the call. Kavi Karnapur Prabhu, not on the call. You got to click call using computer. We're just waiting for Vishabhanu Prabhu. Sorry.
Oh, now is Vishabhanu?
Yes. So we're just waiting for Vishabhanu Prabhu. He's going to come on WebEx. We're just waiting for him.
Do we have a time for the announcement?
Yes, go ahead. It's hard to see.
Hare Krishna. While we wait for Vishabhanu Prabhu, I have a short announcement. So I understand some of you have some flight tomorrow night, so you have to leave kind of early tomorrow, right? There is a van going at 6:30, I believe. How many of you go on that? No, 5:30 in the morning. Prabhu is leaving early morning because his visa ran out, right? So, yeah, some of you I know have what?
Hare Krishna.
19. Yes. 19. So, this was your first residential, so I understand. Don't want to make a big fuss out of it. But I really like to invite you
Just hold on.
for the next residential to don't book your flights early. See, at the last residential, we have some final exercises, some closing kind of ceremony or some sort of work. So please, for the next residential, which will end on the 3rd of October, don't book your flight on the 3rd of October itself. Book it on the 4th morning or something like this, okay? We would like all of you to be all day, at least till 7:30 p.m. together. Probably not, but so 3rd of October, okay? Please book your flights or trains or other transport so that you can stay here at least till 7:38 p.m. on 3rd October. Is that clear?
Jagat Guru.
Please, because we really would like to have something all together as the final. So tomorrow, because some of you have to go, we'll still have a afternoon session, but will be shorter, probably till 5:30 maximum. Okay? So tomorrow is our last day. Do we have Rishabhanu Prabhu ready?
Yes, we do. He's waiting for us. Rishabhanu Prabhu?
So Rishabhanu Prabhu, actually, he's from South Africa. He has a very rich curriculum vitae. He is a professional, was a professional consultant in the corporate world. Also, he had done different services. For years, he has been serving in the Sri Mayapur International School. And he kindly joined the GBC College for Leadership Development as the community director. Means he is developing the fundraising of the college. We have many projects, and we'll hear from him. He was actually supposed to be here with us today, but a couple of days ago, his father, who was visiting from South Africa, he was 85 years old, he had a sudden decrease in health, and he left his body. So he had to stay in Mayapur. He's in Mayapur right now. So within the very sad news, at least the father was able to leave his body in Mayapur, surrounded by devotees chanting. That's why Rishabhanu Prabhu is not here with us, at least physically, but he is with us. Hare Krishna, Rishabhanu Prabhu.
Okay, one moment. I have a mic. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. All right, hold on, guys. I think we may just have to Skype him in. Rishabhanu Prabhu, can you turn off your speakers there? Just put it low.
Are we on?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I can't see anyone.
Where are the participants? Hold on. Yeah, but it's not showing.
Hare Krishna. I'm getting feedback.
Murli, just turn off one of the. We only need his voice. We don't need everybody else's output.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. While we wait, one more announcement. All these videos which have been recorded by Sri Gaur Bhava Prabhu, they can be available for you for purchase, but you could kindly order them in advance now if you want them. They will be ready in September for you. There are two options. One is to take them as CDs, and one to take them in a pen drive as files. And the price are,
soft copy 1,000 rupees.
for the soft copy of all the videos, only 1,000 rupee.
And video is 1,500.
And for the CDs, it's
That's a small
1,500, 1,500 rupees. Are we ready?
Yes, Prabhu. I think
Hare
so.
Krishna, dear devotees.
Yes, can you put his
Some
volume up?
messages. Oh, God, Srila Prabhupada. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Prabhu.
Okay. So, Gopinath Prasad Prabhu, are you going to play the presentation?
Have you emailed it to me?
Yeah.
Okay. In the meantime, you go ahead and talk. I'll get the presentation up.
Okay. So, devotees, can you hear me clearly enough? Just nod your heads if you can. Hare
We
Krishna.
can see you on this camera here.
Okay. I'm not too sure if they can hear me.
They can hear you, Prabhu. It's very clear.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So I do apologize for not being there with you. I was really hoping to meet you all. But as Kunteya Prabhu mentioned earlier, my dad came and visited and unexpectedly left his body. But that was his desire, so that's great. I know you must be really tired, but now it's late. So I'll be really brief. I only demand 5 or 10 minutes of your attention, please, if possible, and we'll try and wrap it up as quick as possible. Have you got the presentation up there, Gopinath Prasad Prabhu?
I don't have the email, Prabhu. Don't have the mail.
Okay.
You can share
I'll
your
send it.
screen and show it straight up.
Pardon?
You can share the screen. Just click on the plus, share screen, just below.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to log into WebEx again.
No, on Skype. Just click the plus button on Skype next to the call ending button below the video.
Yeah.
And then share screen.
Space. Okay, great.
Then click share screen again.
Okay.
Start sharing.
Is it sharing there?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, great. So as we mentioned earlier, this presentation will be really brief. It's about our fundraising attempts to try and keep the college going. The reality check is as follows. ISKCON, we've had many projects over the years, great ideas, but not all of them have delivered. What is the reason for that? Any ideas? Why have many failed? Does anyone have anything?
You can respond by speaking to the mic if anybody wants to interact. Can you repeat the question, Vrishabhanu Prabhu?
I said we've had so many projects and ideas over the years in ISKCON, but many have failed. So I am asking the devotees, do you know why it's failed?
Someone responded lack of funding.
Okay, so we have lack of funding for sure. Lack of funding, lack of manpower.
Now, a lot of people are not connected to the call. Please try to connect to the call. Turn off your video, please. Please turn off your video. You turn off your video like this. There's this button right here. When I click it, it goes green. That means it's on. I have to click that button again and my video comes off. Please switch off your video. Switch off your video, green icon. Yeah, switch it off. Yep. It's starting. It will start. Okay, now what's important, guys, is that once you are here, you have to connect. You have to click connect to audio and then connect. You have to connect. If you don't connect, you won't be part of the call. So all these people here who have come in without the mics, that means you're not connected to the call. You have to click here, connect to computer, and then connect to audio. You will know that you connected by this icon here. You'll see this headphone icon. Just help them connect to the computer audio. Maharaj, Premaswami. Just go and check if they're all connected to the call. Yeah, you're connected. You're connected. You can see the icon. You're connected. You're connected. It's fine. Yes, you're all getting connected. Can you switch off your speakers on your computers? Who's not connected to the audio there? They don't have a headphone next to their name. There's no headphone set next to their name. Click on connect to computer. Here. Then click. Then click call using computer. Yeah, but your video is on. Turn your video off. No, that's fine. Are you connected? Click call using computer. Click here. Yes. Click. Now you're connected. And switch off. Once you're connected, switch off your speakers, please. Yeah. All right. Now one more thing. How do you mute your mic? So you mute your mic by going over your name, across your name. You'll see a little mic icon. Click that icon. Click that icon, and it mutes your audio. That means whatever you say, nobody can hear that. Try to mute your audio. The people who are connected to the call, they'll get the button. Those who are not connected won't be able to mute. You can turn it on and off. Aniruddha Prabhu, are you connected to the call? Get a click here, call using computer. Second one, second one. Yep, click, yes. Are you in? No, this is not the place. It was loading.
It is not loading.
Okay. Okay, I will check after, Marge. You just work on sound.
At any point of time, do we require the video on?
No.
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 At any point it goes on.
No. Okay, so I think a lot of people are connected to the call. Those who are not able to, we'll work on you after this class. So right now, we want to try to bring in Vishubhanu Prabhu as part of the call. So we're just going to bring him into the call. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so getting a bit of feedback. I'm going to try to mute everyone. Can't see that. What does it say? How do I mute all? Am I the host of this call? Am I the host of the call? I'm not. Just a moment, we're just working this out. How come? Okay, I'm here. How do I mute everybody? Where's mute all? No. Okay, mute all is there. Okay. Okay. So Vrishabhanu Prabhu. Let's just see if Vrishabhanu Prabhu is online. Just get my phone from the table. Okay, one last feature that I want to show you is called the chat. Okay, so while the call is going on, everybody's going to be muted on the call. The etiquette is that whoever is speaking, that person will be unmuted and everybody else will be muted. So when you come in onto the call, keep your mic on mute until you want to say something. Then the person who's facilitating the call will say any questions or you'd like to say something. Then you can unmute your mic, say something, then put it back on mute. You will be able to hear everything. So that's the etiquette. If you want to chat, in other words, there is a chat feature, you want to say something, you want to respond to a question that they ask, you can click on this chat at the bottom here, it says chat. And it gives you an option to chat to everybody or to chat to a particular person that's on the call. So if I say everybody and I go Haribol, then it will send that to everybody, and on your screen you should get a Haribol from the GBC College. It's something like a Skype, yes. And if I want to send it particularly to someone like Aniruddha, then I'll just say, mute your mic, and that will go just to him. So, okay, so that is the chat feature. Sometimes this often happens is that you do want to say something, you can send a message on chat to us and say, I'd like to talk at the next opportunity. I'd like to say something. Then we'll get that message and the course facilitator, the call facilitator will help you out. Okay, now all calls are recorded. We have a recorder here. You can see I can just click on record here. You don't have that option. It's on the person who's hosting the call. But then this call can be recorded, and at the end of the call you'll get the thing. All right, so now we want to move to, I just want to check if Vrishabhanu Prabhu is around. Can't see if Vrishabhanu is there. All right, are there any further questions on this using of WebEx? Anybody has a question? Vrishabhanu Prabhu, he's coming on WebEx right now. You'll be able to see how it works.
Hare Krishna.
So, is Vijay there? Yeah, Radhesham Prabhu, please assist him to get on. Sri Jiva Prabhu, you're not yet connected to the call. Got to click call using computer. Somebody assist. Otherwise, I think everybody else is on the call. Kavi Karnapur Prabhu, not on the call. You got to click call using computer. We're just waiting for Vishabhanu Prabhu. Sorry. Yes. So we're just waiting for Vishabhanu Prabhu. He's going to come on WebEx. We're just waiting for him.
Do we have a time for the announcement?
Yes, go ahead. It's hard to see.
Hare Krishna. While we wait for Vrishabhanu Prabhu, I have a short announcement. So I understand some of you have some flight tomorrow night, so you have to leave kind of early tomorrow, right? There is a van going at 6:30, I believe. How many of you go on that? No, 5:30 in the morning. Prabhu is leaving early morning because his visa ran out, right? So, yeah, some of you I know have what?
Hare Krishna.
19. Yes. 19. So, this was your first residential, so I understand. Don't want to make a big fuss out of it. But I really like to invite you
Just hold on.
for the next residential to don't book your flights early. See, at the last residential, we have a some final exercises, some closing kind of ceremony or some sort of work. So please, for the next residential, which will end on the 3rd of October, don't book your flight on the 3rd of October itself. Book it on the 4th morning or something like this, okay? We would like all of you to be all day, at least till 7:30 p.m. together. Probably not, but so 3rd of October, okay? Please book your flights or trains or other transport so that you can stay here at least till 7:30, 8 p.m. on 3rd October. Is that clear?
Jagat Guru.
Please, because we really would like to have something all together as the final. So tomorrow, because some of you have to go, we'll still have a afternoon session, but will be shorter, probably till 5:30 maximum. Okay? So tomorrow is our last day. Do we have Vrishabhanu Prabhu ready?
Yes, we do. He's waiting for us. Vrishabhanu Prabhu?
So Vrishabhanu Prabhu, actually, he's from South Africa. He has a very rich curriculum vitae. He is a professional, was a professional consultant in the corporate world. Also, he had done different services. For years, he has been serving in the Sri Mayapur International School. And he kindly joined the GBC College for Leadership Development as the community director. Means he is developing the fundraising of the college. We have many projects, and we'll hear from him. He was actually supposed to be here with us today, but a couple of days ago, his father, who was visiting from South Africa, he was 85 years old, he had a sudden decrease in health, and he left his body. So he had to stay in Mayapur. He's in Mayapur right now. So within the very sad news, at least the father was able to leave his body in Mayapur, surrounded by devotees chanting. That's why Vrishabhanu Prabhu is not here with us, at least physically, but he is with us. Hare Krishna, Vrishabhanu Prabhu.
Okay, one moment. I have a mic. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Hold on, guys. I think we may just have to Skype him in. Vishubhanu Prabhu, can you turn off your speakers there? Just put it low.
Are we on?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I can't see anyone.
Where are the participants? Hold on. Yeah, but it's not showing.
Hare Krishna. I'm getting feedback.
Murli, just turn off one of the. We only need his voice. We don't need everybody else's output.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. While we wait, one more announcement. All these videos which have been recorded by Sri Gaur Bhava Prabhu, they can be available for you for purchase, but you could kindly order them in advance now if you want them. They will be ready in September for you. There are two options. One is to take them as CDs, and one to take them in a pen drive as files. And the price are,
Soft copy 1,000 rupees.
for the soft copy of all the videos, only 1,000 rupee.
And video is 1,500.
And for the CDs, it's
How do I put mine
1,500, 1,500 rupees. Are we ready?
Yes, Prabhu. I think
Hare
so.
Krishna, dear devotees.
Yes, can you put his
This is Samantha
volume up?
Basis. Oh God, Srila Prabhupada. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Prabhu.
Okay. So Gopinath Prasad Prabhu, are you going to play the presentation?
Have you emailed it to me?
Yep.
Okay. In the meantime, you go ahead and talk. I'll get the presentation up.
Okay, so devotees, can you hear me clearly enough? Just nod your heads if you can. Hare
He
Krishna.
can see you on this camera here.
Okay. I'm not too sure if they can hear me.
They can hear you, Prabhu. It's very clear.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So I do apologize for not being there with you. I was really hoping to meet you all. But as Kunte Prabhu mentioned earlier, my dad came and visited and unexpectedly left his body. But that was his desire, so that's great. I know you must be really tired, but now it's late, so I'll be really brief. I only demand 5 or 10 minutes of your attention, please, if possible, and we'll try and wrap it up as quick as possible. Have you got the presentation up there, Gopinath Prasad Prabhu?
I don't have the email, Prabhu. Don't have the mail.
Okay.
You can share
I'll
your
send it-
screen and show it straight up.
Pardon?
You can share the screen. Just click on the plus, share screen, just below.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to log into WebEx again.
No, on Skype. Just click the plus button on Skype next to the call ending button below the video.
Yeah.
And then share screen.
Share space. Okay, great.
Then click share screen again.
Okay.
Start sharing.
Is it sharing there?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, great. So as we mentioned earlier, this presentation will be really brief. It's about our fundraising attempts to try and keep the college going. The reality check is as follows. ISKCON, we've had many projects over the years, great ideas, but not all of them have delivered. What is the reason for that? Any ideas? Why have many failed? Does anyone have anything?
You can respond by speaking to the mic if anybody wants to interact. Can you repeat the question, Vrishabhanu Prabhu?
I said we've had so many projects and ideas over the years in ISKCON, but many have failed. So I am asking the devotees, do you know why it's failed?
Someone responded, lack of funding.
Okay, so we have lack of funding for sure, lack of funding, lack of manpower.
Which will facilitate your graduation in a timely manner. That's all we're trying to do here. A delay in graduation, we understand. A delay in graduation can occur if your courses or your submissions are submitted to us in a delayed manner. And leaders who do not complete a course will actually receive an incomplete grade, which may delay your graduation, unfortunately, because we have not received all your assignments as well as examinations. I also want to reiterate that there is no penalty for a late submission. So you can submit an assignment late, but not too late, because that may delay your graduation. And as Rupananga Prabhu told you earlier, if you're traveling or have a very pressing engagement, please let us know in advance, and we can give you extra time for submitting your assignments. Sorry. The Action Learning Project, the ALP, this is something that Rupananga Prabhu will actually give you more information about. The one which covers strategic planning and other topics which may come in the future, these exercises will span the entire 2 semesters. So you have practically the entire 10 months to complete these ALP exercises, and they will run concurrently with the online courses. So while you're doing online courses, the ALP exercises will also be posted and you will have to work on them. As Prabhu told, there will be monthly ALP conference calls, and those are on the WebEx platform.
Yes, and we'll send an email at least a week or 10 days in advance so that you can schedule your time for that.
And I'm not sure, Rupananga Prabhu, would you like to add something about the ALP at this stage?
Hare Krishna. Sure. Are there any questions about the ALP?
Are there any questions about the ALP? Please.
How many are there?
How many? There is one action learning project, which is your strategic plan for the zone, project, or temple that you manage. And how many deliverables or assignments? We are still working on it, but it's exactly the same that you did for the BBT. For example, you did the audience analysis, competitor analysis, PEST, SWOT, and then you came up with the strategic objectives and goals. That's what we are looking at. And before we get into strategic planning, you have to put a team together. And that team building you did with Tapan Mishra Prabhu. Please pick your team very carefully based on the guidelines you received. And I'm working with Tapan Mishra Prabhu. If he has any deliverable from his side, we may ask you to submit something to us before you get on strategic planning. We're also working with Braj Mohan Prabhu and see if he wants to integrate what he taught you. So by 26th, ALP course will be released and you will have a clear idea as to what is due and when. One thing you need to figure out is which conference call would you like to join, and Gopinath Prasad Prabhu will work with you, or one of us will work with you to figure out which time zone you would like to join the call. We'll most likely have 2 conference calls every month, two meaning on the same day, 2 different times, and you can pick which one you want to use.
Yes, Prabhu, there's a question.
And so with those conference calls, if we cannot make them, will there be a YouTube video available so we can view it afterwards?
Gopinath Prasad Prabhu?
Yes, we do record the calls. The WebEx has the recording feature, so you would be able to see that call. But you're encouraged to come for the call because, I mean, there are 2 calls on the same day. You can choose one of them depending on your time zone. But if you miss one, the recording will be there. But you're encouraged to try to make those calls as much as possible because that's the only time that we get to be together, and some important discussions happen at that time, especially at the time when you're doing the ALP and you need some information. Then we give you guidance at that time so you can work with your team. Yes, Aniruddha Prabhu and then Kavi Prabhu.
Just this afternoon, Gauranga Prabhu walked us through a project.
Yes.
And that was an ALP.
Yes.
So is there an extra ALP on project management on top of the strategic planning ALP?
Rupanuga Prabhu. Gauranga Prabhu presented his ALP this afternoon. Is ours any different? You can respond to that.
Yes. Yeah, so what Gauranga Prabhu presented was from the first batch. We did not do strategic planning as part of the ALP. That was project management and leadership. So this year what we are doing is first semester we will do strategic planning. In the second semester you will implement the plan that you have formulated. To implement your plan, you will need the leadership principles and project management principles that we will cover in the second residential.
Yes, Kavi Prabhu.
Hey, just one question, Prabhu. What about this WebEx program? It's not working properly like as we saw the other time. What about we have like Skype as a kind of alternative for conference call?
The problem with Skype is that it just can't handle so many people very efficiently. WebEx actually works very well. The problem is that all of us are on the same call in the same room.
Okay.
So when you go back to your respective places, we won't have that problem.
Okay. Okay.
Any further questions on this? Yes, Prabhu.
Rupanuga Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. So,
Hare Krishna.
So my question is that we have to, each one of us, we have to choose our team in our region, and we have to choose our project now. So does it have to be a live project which we have to do after the first semester, or could it be a theoretical project? I mean, for example, now Gauranga Prabhu, he did the project which was real, and he executed it also, Vrindavan Forest. So what if we don't have a live project?
Okay, Prabhu, this year the projects are different. You are going to develop a strategic plan for your zone. And as part of that plan, we will see at the end what your goals are. And in the second semester, we may pick one of those goals and have you actually execute it, implement it. So first semester is all theoretical, it is all formulation of the plan. and second semester is actual execution of the plan. And we will work with you to figure out something that's doable within those 4 months in the second semester. Does that answer your question?
Yes. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Just wondering if we wanted to have as our ALP a project that could be ready for implementation before the next semester, like something that may be brimming right now in our community that we'd like to use as part of this course. What would we do? Do we have to put it on hold until we get to the practical application part?
Okay, Prabhu. So once again, this year our ALP is different. Earlier we have asked leaders to pick an ALP, pick a strategic issue that you wanted to work on. This year we want to think out of the box, as we have been repeatedly telling you. Look at your entire zone, entire temple or project, and see what direction you want to take for the next 5 or 10 years. Once you have come up with a strategic plan, and when we agree on the strategic issues facing your zone, then for one of those strategic issues, we will develop goals, and that will be implemented. So answer your question, if you have a pressing strategic issue, it will have to be wait for implementation. It will have to wait for implementation.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Any other questions regarding ALP? Madhuji can continue.
So I'm just close to ending here. Right in your handout, there is also a very small policy on academic integrity. So we would encourage you to please read that. Oops. Finally, if you would like to be considered by your respective GBCs for nominations for the zonal supervisor position at the AGM meeting in Mayapur in 2018, it's important that the GBC college be completed within 1 year, because the meeting is held in February and that coincides very close to the graduation date of the GBC college. Yes, Prabhu.
Any other final questions, Prabhus, on any of this? Yes, Prabhu.
I will suggest that this last slide, what you showed, will encourage that all the devotees who will be passing here, they have to get approval from their local management. Sometime GBC, they just passed it. They say, okay, you passed from this college, all right. So their name goes to GBC body for general supervisor for A area, B area, and C area. Like this year, what happened in India, we have different system. And GBC did not know that they had to go through the system. Like in India, we have DC, we have IIAC, we have Bureau. So they have to pass through all these things before it go to GBC. So when it went to GBC, all the people who passed from, the college, they did not got appointed as general supervisor because they did not got clear from local, body.
Let's have Konteya Prabhu address that question, please.
As we quickly touched on the first day in the orientation, there is a procedure to become a zonal supervisor, and the procedure involves graduating from the college, and then the GBC who wants to engage you as their zonal supervisor will have to bring your nomination to the GBC, but it's also say there, and we have printed that resolution for you, that the GBC shall consult other local leaders. Depending on your situation, It could be meaning on the local level, could be meaning on the national level, sometime in the continental level. So the GBC was nominating you. Shall means in English means we'll have to ask around what the other people who will be working with you think about that. Obviously, these bodies and these entities don't have, according to GBC law, according to ISKCON law, they don't have a veto power, but at least they should be consulted. And that's the job of your GBC. And please, of course, we are at the very beginning of the course, but 9-10 months fly. So when we are close and you can see that, yes, you're going to graduate and so on, talk with the GBC, your GBC, what is his or her intention. Marj or Prabhu, or are you planning to nominate me as a zonal supervisor for your zone, for which zone, and so on. To be in communication with your GBCs, because GBCs are very busy. Sometimes they have large zones, and sometimes need a little reminder.
Kaunte Prabhu, I have a question.
Yes.
I think we are going in a wrong direction. I mean, what we are doing, what you are saying, as soon as you get certificate, then you knock the door, that here I am qualified, I should be appointed. It should be other way around, that GBC, when they need some help, okay, here are the students who are passed now, and they can pick up with the local authority discussing, and then they get, I mean, it should not be pushed. It should not be pushed to GBC that, now I got a passed, so I should be appointed.
That's why I said, I didn't say push your GBC to nominate you. That's not the spirit.
No, but
you
said a few months. You said a few months time is there, you can check with GBC. It should be other way around. GBC should pick out, okay, here qualified man.
See, our experience, we had followed up with 17 zonal supervisors. I give you one example without mentioning any name. There was a graduate from the college who somehow did not speak with his GBC, although the GBC had nominated him to come to the college. So at one point, I brought this thing up to this Maharaj. Maharaj, we have your Prabhu, whom you sent to the college. Do you want to nominate him? Oh, and he told me, oh, I forgot about it. I wasn't thinking about it. I'm just saying, these leaders are very busy. Sometimes they have very large zones. They may be the same people who encourage you to attend, but, coming December, coming January, they may not think of that. So I'm only saying, and thank you for bringing it up, I'm not saying push your GBC to be nominated. That's not the spirit, but be in communication. And in some cases, like Devakinanda Prabhu said, you may not have a specified or already like a zone. There are cases like that. You might be willing to serve in different parts of the world, like some of the previous graduates. So that's also an option. So if you are open to that, most people generally, they already have their service, their geographical engagement, but if you are open for different places, communicate with the possible GBCs. That's all.
Harish. From this GBC college, whoever is passing out, who has
graduating,
who has not passing on and then expired. So those has got degrees. So the responsibility of GBC college is to distribute or give all the names to the local GBCs or to the authorities of the GBC. I think
not necessarily. I mean, if we go by
number one, number two.
No. It's not like that. I'm just explaining. It's not the GBC college duty to find yourself a zone. That's not our duty.
No, not found. If someone has graduated from here, whatever list we have, how many people has graduated, that list we can submit to the GBC, our real GBCs, And number one. Number two, like Prabhuji, you gave one example that in some location, other part of the world, you suggested some JBC that there is a one leader we have. You are searching here and there, but we have a leader who has passed, who has graduated from here. So some part of other part of the world, like in India, this the other type of system is there. Like Devakanandan was saying that there are so many committees also.
So what's your suggestion?
Suggestion is if we, around 100 devotees has got graduation from here degree, then this type of degrees who has done graduation, we should give all the names to the GBCs, local GBCs, that this much 5, 10, 20 people are graduated from here. If you want to engage them, you can engage.
That's actually, we already do that. In fact, there is a graduation ceremony with the GBC. We already did for 2 times. And last month was one on 10th February. We showed to the GBC all the names and photos of those who graduated. And in a couple of cases, yes, we entered in a dialogue for devotees who were open to go in different zones. And, but again, these 2 things are not mutually exclusive. We'll do that, although again, the GBC college, that's not our job, you follow. But again, if you are here sent by a GBC and he or she thinks that you should become zonal supervisor somewhere, stay in communication with that GBC. I'm only saying this. Anyway, as a zonal supervisor, you'll have a lot of communication with your GBC, so I'm not saying something extraordinary. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Is there anything else, Rupanuga Prabhu, you'd like to say to the college?
Yes, I want to thank all of you, leaders, Kaunteya Prabhu, Nandini Radha Mata, and most importantly, Gopinath Prasad Prabhu and his team. They work in the background, you don't get to see them much, but they are facilitating all this through the technology. So let's give him a big round of applause. Gopinath Prasad Prabhu ki jai.
I'd like to end here, and if you have any questions, please do let us know. And I personally feel very fortunate to be involved with the GBC College. And in order to render my service effectively, I humbly seek your blessings. So please bless me that I can serve you all to the best of my capacity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So just before you run away, I want to just emphasize one thing, is that if there's any technical problems that you have, if you're not comfortable with the computer, please, I'm here to assist you. I can log into your computer, I can maybe even hack you, but just at least we can come in and help you wherever you are remotely. So please, I'm available to assist you. There should not be any technical problems preventing you from completing this course. All right, so you can easily contact me through WhatsApp, Skype, whatever. I'm connected online. And just one last thing I want to mention about the WhatsApp group. The current group that we have, this is the official WhatsApp group. It is meant only for official GBC communications. So if you want to share a photo of your deities at home, or if you want to share some leadership quotes or anything, this is not the forum. We will create another WhatsApp group that's we call the GBC College Sangha. It is completely optional for you to join that, and you can share as much as you like. Every year we do this. We have 2 WhatsApp groups because naturally you want to stay connected with each other, but we need to keep one WhatsApp group that's just official so people don't have to mute their phones or destroy WhatsApp because they get too many notifications, okay? So we'll send that list tomorrow. You can sign up for the GBC College WhatsApp Sangha group if you'd like. And thank you very much, Prabhu. So you're here for another day. If there's anything else I can help you with, please let me know. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Haribo.
Okay, Rupanuga Prabhu, thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So grateful.
Hare Krishna. Yes.